Now, politics back then was different than today, where we typically think of politicians or political leaders, for the most part, words like corrupt and things like that are going to come to mind, right? That it's just some job they get in there and they get a salary and they get all these things. Back then, it was a sacrifice to be a political leader. In fact, if you go through and you look at the National Library, so much of that was the personal collections. Whether it's the books in the original National Library, the furniture for like the White House, so much of this stuff was personal collections. You had example after example of the first couple generations of the presidents and the influential leaders who were very wealthy men, like rich by our standards, who came in as an elected leader and then died poor because they gave almost everything they had to help found this country. Because guys, our country was broke. We had no money, okay? We were founding a country out of nothing. We just got out of a war. We didn't have anything, and so these wealthy men would come in, and they basically were donating everything. And so they'd come in rich, serve for however many years, and not because they wanted to. It wasn't the prestige that we get now. Now we look at them, we're like, oh, George Washington, he's the man. But it wasn't that way for a lot of them. It was a death sentence, or they had a warrant on their arrest. They served selflessly, and then at the end of their career, they'd given everything, their years, their youth. They'd leave as an old man with not much. A lot of them just had a small little cottage left over from the mansions and the books and all the stuff that they had donated. So it was a sacrifice because they believed, and that's what they were called upon. But before they could be called, they had to be equipped